Hey everyone, welcome to another video by Optionables. My name is Saket. Today we are going to look at what happened to the markets, what we can expect from the markets tomorrow, and what happened to our trade. So before moving on, there are a couple of important things which I would want to tell you. The first thing is regarding the Target app. On Friday, we put out a video showing how Target app is able to execute the orders in the live market. And we also announced that we'll be launching Target for early access soon. So today I'm going to reveal the early access date. So we have planned to give Target for early access to people starting from 1st of August, or that is the next Monday. So next Monday 50 people will be getting access to Target, and gradually we will start increasing. So from 50 we'll make it 100, 150, 200 and so on. By the end of first 10 days we'll be giving early access to 500 people. So when you're given for early access, so one thing what you have to remember is the software is not yet out to the market. So there will be small bugs which you will definitely find when we give it for early access. So even though we have tried, tested and fixed most of the bugs what we are finding, there will be still some small errors which definitely will be there in the software. So while you're testing out in the early access, you might find some bugs, and that is something which we expect you to report as well. So once the product is out to the market, so the expected date is 15th of August 2022. On the account of Independence Day, we want to launch this app to the market. So the thing is, while this app comes to the market on 15th of August, we want to make sure that more than 99% of the bugs, whatever is there, is totally fixed and the app is ready to use. And one more thing, what you should also note while you are given to early access is not all the features, example like analytics, will be functioning. So analytics will only start to function post 15th of August when it is completely out for the market. So these are some two important things which you should keep in mind before you actually start using the app. And this thing is something which I am stressing on again, because you will be putting real money while trading, and there might be small bugs in spite of we trying and fixing most of the bugs what we have found. So that is something which we expect you to report immediately as soon as you find them. Meanwhile, we'll also keep you posted about the app, and this Friday we will also try to go live if possible and show the live working of Target app and how everything is functioning. Now coming to the second important announcement, that is regarding the Traders Carnival. So I have been invited for this edition of Traders Carnival, which is from 26th to 29th of July in Bangalore. So the thing is, I will be a part of a panel discussion where we'll be discussing about discretionary and algo trading. So now we'll move on and look at what happened to markets today. So over the weekend we had a lot of results, and that too important results like Reliance, Infosys, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and surprisingly most of it ended up disappointing, or the results were below estimates. So if you actually look at it, since the earnings season has started, most of the companies have disappointing results. So we don't know whether the companies are actually performing poorly or these analysts are overestimating the results, because including TCS, HDFC, Kotak, Infosys, everything has disappointed. Even Reliance, everything has disappointed. So we don't know whether these analysts are actually estimating a higher number or these companies are actually performing poorly. But in spite of that, you can see that the reaction was not that much. So Reliance almost came down by 50% than what was expected. So they were expecting around 25,000 crores and Reliance reported around 14,000 crores. And even Kotak was well below the estimates, and in spite of that, the reaction was not too big. So Kotak initially traded actually positive and later went down by almost around 1%, and even Reliance went down almost around 3% and traded there throughout the day. And on the other hand, even though Infosys had a disappointing result, it opened gap down, but there was a point in time where Infosys also traded positive, and even Kotak also ended up trading positive in the morning session. So overall, we are in this earnings season where most of the results are disappointing and they are not meeting the estimates. And if this continues, then we have seen a fantastic rally. We should see how that is going to hold if the major stocks are not reporting a good result. So obviously each stock will be seeing its own round of sell-off if the results are not good, and that will not let Nifty move higher from here that quickly. So that is one thing what we have to keep in mind. So apart from that, if you look at Nifty today, so Reliance was the top loser, which was almost down around 3%, and that is one of the main reasons why Nifty traded in red today, because Reliance has around 15% weightage in Nifty, and when that is trading almost around 3% lower, definitely you expect Nifty to underperform. Along with that, even the auto sector ended up doing fairly badly, so most of the auto stocks were down. So if you bar Reliance and automobile, so remaining sectors actually didn't end up losing much. So there were some sectors which ended up ending in green, there were some other sectors which hardly lost anything, so they were absolutely flat. So if you remove Reliance and auto, so even Nifty might have ended completely flat today. So when we look at the markets today, in Nifty we didn't get to see much of a volatility, but BankNifty was extremely volatile. So BankNifty opened almost flat. So it opened around 70 points higher. From there on it slowly started moving higher and higher towards 37,000. And around 37,000 we immediately saw a sell-off come in. And after the sell-off came in, BankNifty fell all the way from 37,000 to almost around 36,400. This is a downfall of almost around 600 points. From there, we slowly started to see BankNifty consolidate and slowly and gradually move higher. And once again in the afternoon, we saw some good amount of buying come in, which took BankNifty towards 36,900. And again at the higher levels, BankNifty was not able to sustain. So right after it retested 37,000 or 36,900, there was immediate sell-off, which again brought back BankNifty towards 36,600. Today's price action is giving us a fairly good idea of what we can expect from the markets for tomorrow. So if you look at Nifty, Nifty ended up consolidating around 16,600 itself, and I think we had told in the previous week itself around Thursday that there is very strong resistance around 16,800, good support at 16,400. 16,600 short straddle is definitely a great idea for this week. So right now market is trading around 16,600 itself, but the only issue is the premiums are not very high. So right now they are just pricing in close to 110 and 120 points, which is almost close to around 230 to 240 points. On top of this, because the markets fell today, even VIX shot up almost around 6.5–7%. So overall, if you look at today's day, it was more or less consolidation. If you just remove Reliance, because of Reliance, market ended slightly lower. So now having to talk about what we can expect from the markets tomorrow, it is quite clear looking at the range. We have already discussed the range for Nifty, that is 16,400 to 16,800, 200 points on the lower side, 200 points on the higher side. It does look like Nifty might consolidate between this range itself, that is 16,400 to 16,800. So in the higher levels, definitely we are seeing some selling come in. So today also, right after it tried to breach 16,700, there was immediate sell-off which took it back towards 16,600. Now coming to BankNifty, 36,000 to 37,000 is going to act as a very important level for BankNifty. Why? Because BankNifty today tried to cross 37,000 twice but failed both the times. So whether it is going to cross 37,000 or not is going to be very crucial, and in case if we are able to cross 37,000 and hold 37,000, then definitely we are going to expire about 36,000 before this expiry. So in case if we are not able to cross 37,000, then we might consolidate between 36,000 to 37,000. In case if we break and hold below 36,000, then definitely 37,000 is going to be a very strong resistance, and we might not cross 37,000 before this expiry, and even for next expiry it is going to act as a very strong resistance. So right now the markets are consolidating, and as an option seller you wish that the market consolidates without much of volatility. So now we come to the final part of what happened to our trade today. We had a simple position of 36,500 PE short and 37,000 call option short. So that was a short triangle, naked short triangle. And the thing is, we still continue to hold the same position. And today we ended up with a profit of close to around 75,000. So one thing is with options we ended up making much more, close to around 1.5 lakh. So we had a couple of future trades today which went down. So we had Kotak, we had Dabur, we had Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv. So all of this went down where we ended up losing close to around 70,000. So with options we ended somewhere around 1,40,000 to 1,50,000. So today we made a couple of mistakes, not exactly mistakes. So these are some situations which it's pretty hard to handle. So as the market shot up today, we ended up exiting our calls, and while it started falling, we re-entered our calls. So while the markets fell, a good thing is that we didn't exit our puts, but this exiting of calls when the market went up and also re-entering when the market came down costed us close to around 50 points on 2,000 quantity, which is close to a lakh. If not for that, we would have ended with well over 2.5 lakh for today's expiry. But you can't do anything because the market is so volatile, and when the market is shooting up in the morning, you really don't know whether that is the high for the day or market is going to continue from there. So at that point, it was maybe the right decision what was taken, and it was also good that we ended up re-entering. We didn't leave it as it is. So even that is also one of the good things what we ended up doing. So even though we lost 1 lakh of opportunity cost, overall we ended the day with positive, which is again something which we can take forward for tomorrow. So let's see how tomorrow trading goes. Again we have the same position, 36,500 puts, 37,000 calls, and I'll be adjusting the moment we end below 36,400 or end above 37,000. So one of these I'll be adjusting the positions. So with this we also come to the end of this video. If you have liked it, then do not forget to hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining.